Hello and welcome back. So last time we braved a metro permanently on ice, and this time we're going to be going through some windy, freezing seas. You can already tell this is like a town that's been submerged yet again. Just what happened here? I guess we'll have to try and find out. Now here is an underappreciated aspect of Needle. You can actually use Needle to brave the winds. A little bit. You know, you're kind of dug into the ground. You know, a little bit like cleats, I guess. So you can actually get past the searing winds a little bit. So let's be careful, because whenever there's wind in a video game like this that's constantly pushing you around, they're always trying to get you to not collect a thing or be at a certain place. Now, I'll just let him go, I guess. Okay, we got another little Katamari section here. Let's let this Gigazo do its thing. There's a jelly donut for us. Delicious. Keep going over here. If we go up here, we're gonna lay some pipe. Excuse us. Bam. And wouldn't you know it, our first Waddle Dee of the day. And Needle again if you don't have it. So, yeah, they really want you to use Needle here. Now, before you go, you can just barely make out a little path to the left here. It's a little easier to see if you go up the ladder. So let's go through here. See what we find. We found a little safe shelter. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I feel bad about shooting that one Wolfie that was sleeping. And we're sitting pretty with health, so we'll leave these guys alone. You know, I'm going for the pacifist run, so, you know, I gotta do this every so often. Ugh. Unfortunately for Needle, it doesn't last forever, so you gotta be careful. Get this capsule over here. And it's funny, again, like, at first glance, you're like, oh yeah, it's just an angular-shaped platform. But it's like, no, this is a roof of a house. It's a really interesting detail. I like it when platformers make, like, real, tangible places with the levels. You don't really see it all that often, I think. It's admittedly a lot harder to do, but I appreciate the effort. Oh, jeez, let's impale this seal. Send him flying. Seal, sea lion, you know, whatever. And we can see a ring down there. It's already time for more mouthful mode. But we're gonna wait, because these guys are trying to be sneaky and ambush us. But I know all too well what their plans are. And whenever there's a ring, it always kind of feels like a boat isn't too far away. So, enjoy 3 meals at sea. That is another mission. So even if you're full up on food, you're going to want to eat any food you can find. I don't think there's anything over here. No, there wasn't anything over there. It was a waste of time. So let's be on the lookout for food on top of everything else as we burst through all this stuff. This is the icebreaker. This is the snow piercer. Get some curry at sea. Let's dock here for a second. Take care of this guy while his back is turned. This guy, and we have another little turbine to spin there. That brings that down. And we can see a friend trapped underneath there, so let's try and get that done before we move forward. More food. That completes that mission and gets us another friend at the same time. So, you know, it's 2 birds. We got 5 hidden Waddle Dees here, too, so this is going to be a decently chunky stage, all things considered. Okay, hit this, and I'm going to let that explode before I go. Not get hit by that for once. Now, there's a little thing here you can maybe barely make out. Actually, first, let's get this sparkle before we go. And okay, that's actually the game trying to lead you over there, I guess. There is a little platform here. However, icy stones are in the way, so what we're going to end up doing instead, we're going to discard Cutter now, or Clutter Needle, and we're going to get Fire, and see if we can't melt that. And another friend. Very well hidden. This is probably actually very refreshing for Kirby to now be warm after all of that, so it's probably for the best anyway. Another little neat detail, you can actually see that the guardrail fell off for this chunk here. So it's a nice little sign of them subtly pointing you in the right direction without a gigantic, you know, neon sign telling you where to go. I really gotta give them credit for the level design. Now this portion, we really gotta worry about not missing anything due to the wind. Thankfully we have these guardrails, but gotta be careful. We got a lantern we can light, and this gives us a little nudge in the right direction over here. Another friend. These are actually all pretty close to each other. The level's not quite as chunky as you might be led to believe, I suppose. But as you can see, Kirby can't really run past this. He can do the burning tackle and make up some lost time, but you gotta be careful. And we have some ice we can melt here for some scissor lifting. But we're gonna have to watch out for this Gigatzo there. Barely got that. And then we got the Dragon Fire blueprint. So, yet another third tier. That's a pretty good find, actually. It's honestly probably one of the better powers. So, it's surprised that that's actually not harder to find. Time things correctly here. You pass. We're going to want to open you up. Go up here, like this. And now we know exactly where we need to go. Watch out for this big Kabu. We want to jump through this hidden pit. There's a secret underground room. And hey, it's been a bit. It's time for another cannon puzzle. So we're gonna have to we actually do have to, you know, for once, combine some mouthful modes and some copy abilities. So we're gonna light this quick, get back down, immediately mouthful, and just make our way. And unfortunately, this Gordo is pretty close there. It's kind of poorly timed on my part, but hey, they give us enough leeway. They're not that mean. And this will take us back up to where we were before, but much higher up, with our last friend to find right here. And at this point, we're sitting pretty. The level is basically done. We gotta take care of these bouncies first, though, before we get access to the mouthful mode. It's always kind of weird they do stuff like that. Like, this seems like a very odd stance, but... And so we were gonna spin up and just let the wind take us where we need to go. There is a little capsule back here, but otherwise, that's the stage. So it seems like a lot, but it's a pretty quick stage, all things considered. So let's save our friends. Pretend you didn't miss me completely missing that. Yeah. Not bad at all. Oh boy, another awesome figure. Wah wah, wah wah. I guess that's their language, huh? Oh, this is interesting. Wandaria was named after its founder, an author who wrote stories about a dog that explores outer space. Those stories became incredibly popular and were later used as the basis for the Wandaria theme park, a land of dreams for kids of all ages. It's a cute little bit of world building there. There's the candy. Remember, kids, candy makes you invincible. Part of me wonders if they'll try and make those space dogs into their own side game. That seems like a thing Hal would do. That or it's a reference to an old game of theirs. There's 11 waddle-dees in that level alone. That's actually a lot. Well, with that all said and done, we're actually blowing through Frozen Horns pretty quickly here. However, the next level's gonna be a bit of a pain. And in fact, before we tackle it, we'll probably be better off taking a look at the town. So next time, we'll start at the town before we tackle the Battle of Blizzard Bridge. Stay tuned.